Hello everybody, Dan here. We're back with our fourth speedrun watching video. This time we're taking a look at the Capcom PS2 era classic Onimusha Warlords. I ran this game on the PS4 version of the game on normal difficulty, and we managed a time of 108.27, which is judged real time, which means that time on the clock is what counts. If you would like to watch a non-commentated version of this run, I will link it in the description below. For now, let's get right to this. This is a good one. I should make mention right off the bat here, this is a run that loves its cutscenes.
This way, sir.
They aren't bad cutscenes, though, so, you know, there is that, but there are definitely a lot of them.
The western path or the northern passage.
Kaede, I'll go north. You follow them through the other way.
Understand.
So if you're not familiar with this game, it's kind of a blend of Resident Evil and Devil May Cry, almost like a middle ground between the two. You have the exploration and movement of Resident Evil with a little more hack and slash like Devil May Cry. It's kind of falls in between the two, and it released between the two, like the start of Resident Evil and the release of Devil May Cry. So what we're going to do here is we want to get 8 slashes in, so just do 2 full combos right there, and that'll trigger the end of this, and another cutscene will start. But it's quite an interesting series. It actually managed to have 5 releases on the PS2 and then 1 Game Boy Advance spinoff. Technically, one of the PS2 releases was a spinoff as well as a fighting game, but it had its era of dominance, but it's been largely unheard of, with the exception of the HD enhanced release, which is what's being played here, which came out to Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation 4. Other than that, this has been a largely quiet series. There's high hopes from, well, at least from me, that it'll make a return here, especially in this current era of big samurai releases from other companies. But you know, maybe Capcom can jump on that bandwagon. But anyway, here we go. We see our first big bad. And good old Osric here. We're not going to be doing much with him, though, because Samanosuke is just a little weak. He's just going to get yeeted, and the princess is taken. I should make mention of why speedrun this game, you know, starting out. It's a fun game. It's got some cool mechanics. There's some very tight resource management throughout it.
Wake up, Samanosuke.
Great music, and a very favorable length. You know, it doesn't overstay its welcome. I guess the downside to that is the fact that this is a speedrun that takes, you know, an hour and 10 minutes at the most. It's not a long one, but it is. It feels like, anyway, about 20 to 30 minutes of that are cutscenes. And most of them are not skippable, except for the ones that, well, I will skip. About the category here, I mean, new game is pretty much what you would expect. It's just, you start the game with, like it was your first playthrough. Normal difficulty presents just the modest challenge. Like, really, it's not too different from easy. I've also done runs of easy, which you can, you know, which are here on YouTube as well. The biggest difference there is the fact that Samanosuke takes a little less damage. They have a little less health, or more in case of normal, whichever way you want to look at it. Yeah, so it's pretty much why normal is just what's ran. It's the game feels just perfectly balanced on this difficulty overall, I would say. Granted, a lot of that will be very dependent on how you feel about tank controls and such, because if you're playing this game for the first time today, having not played much with tank controls, it will feel a little awkward, probably. So it's something to consider. Thankfully, if you're looking to just pick this game up and play it for the first time, it is quite cheap, and if you do it on Steam, you could even do the easy refund of it if you don't like the way it handles. So this first batch of guys, we're just going to run right by. However, now we're going to have a few more, but we are not able to kill these. We actually want to kill them in a very specific way, though. So Onimusha has a mechanic. It's called the Isin. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Somebody feel free to correct me. Where it's effectively a counterattack. You attack at the last moment, you'll see how he does that, like, flash swing. That's how you know you did it right. Doing this, for one, will insta-kill the enemy you're doing it to, but also grant you more souls as, like, a bonus. So there are various spots we're going to want to execute those to, you know, help our soul economy. I guess that's how I'll phrase it throughout this. Because upgrades are very much needed, and you know, everything like that.
You. Sorry.
We are very sorry. Please forgive us.
What happened to you? They came out of nowhere and attacked us.
Yeah, these guys are your schmucks of the game here. These guys.
The keep is ahead of us.
The voice acting
The
is
forest road there is a shortcut to the keep.
not great. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that. I think a lot of the leads are fairly decent in this game. Guys like that, though, the extras, oh, it's a little rough. Alright, so we're gonna get our first bit of actual real movement going here. There's an herb there at the cave entrance you can easily pick up. We're gonna skip it in the run here, though. I'm a little more confident in my ability to take down the first boss and get by these guys. So we're gonna head up here and we're gonna grant this scroll, and for some reason picking that scroll up does this. Moves that whole podium out of the way. And through here we're gonna get our lightning ability. So now Samonosi's gonna pack a punch, and this can take on Osric, or however you say his name, the big red guy. This gives you a magic attack, which is very satisfying to execute, and yeah, it hits pretty hard. Our first puzzle here, the answer is left, right, left. There will be a number of these trick boxes and a couple of mystery boxes throughout this run. This first one here, oh, that's just a magic tool there, excuse me. There's a box there on the left you can also do. The answer there was 136. Those numbers might seem weird when I'm just saying it, if you're actually doing it, but it's just how they're listed on the page. Alright, run past the lizard men. They give a disappointingly small amount of souls, so they're not worth your time. But we're gonna keep going. We're heading right to that first boss fight. And run past all these guys. Don't worry, that human back there, he'll take care of them, so it's okay. Alright, we're gonna go and use the magic jewel there, since the menu is already going to be open, because we have to use the ladder. So you kind of kill two birds with one stone without having to open the menu a second time. Little things like that are very, very effective with saving time on speed runs. Yeah, Resident Evil would apply the same. Like, there's a lot of times, like, let's say you're injured, it might be better to wait until you need to use an item to before opening the menu to heal itself. Things like that. So here we go. This is the big fight. You know, our long-awaited encounter with Osric here. We're gonna slash, magic, absorb souls, slash, 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 4 hits. And right when he's getting about to attack, that's when you want to use your magic again. Now you notice we burnt through our magic pretty quick. That meter in the top left that is flashing the blue is already indicating that you can't use any more. So I'm just going to keep slashing, countering, and avoiding. And you notice how it was solid there for a moment. That meant our magic was back. Osric will drop orbs. These drops are random. The red orbs are souls for your... The red orbs are souls for your currency that you'll use to, like, upgrade things. The blue or white, whitish blue, that's your magic. And then yellow is your health.
Back to the underworld.
There we go. We're going to go and absorb those and head on through. And as you can see, he's pretty easy. He's designed to be that first boss kind of deal where...
Sweet, beautiful.
Yeah, that's what he is. He's a tutorial boss pretty much.
What's that smell? Who's there? A human? How disappointing.
You're either going to love this guy or hate this guy after a series of speed runs. That voice of his, the way he mocks you, everything. Yeah, you're going to either love him or hate him. There's not much in between.
I operated on and resurrected that pitiful Nobunaga after he was killed in Okihazuma. He then made a pact with the demons and pledged his eternal loyalty to serve us forever as our slave.
No!
Oh, yes, it is indeed true. Now, let me show you my most recent creation. Go, Renato! Bite the belly of that maggot and feast upon his bloody flesh!
That laugh right there. So Ronaldo here, you do not have to fight here. We are not going to, and we're going to encounter a number of them over the course of the run. Really, you only want to fight them if you have to. They're easy to defeat. However, when you take him out, he'll split into two, and two of them will be there. And so it's one of those deals where eventually you just have to keep killing them before they quit multiplying. And, you know, obviously in a speed run, you're not going to want to deal with that. But we already got our second sword. The elemental in this one is fire. It's a much heavier blade. This is a very important part of the run. So these skulls, you know, they took Osric's body. So we want to hit these skulls that absorb this and kill them. Now you want the souls to get passed into another set of skulls. And now we want to kill that set. Alright, now we're going to head over to the one it killed again. Careful not to kill any of the skulls before we need to. I'm trying to do the uppercut slash here. Really. But notice how they all went in there. Now we're free to kill them. But notice that purple pink meter went all the way up to 4 there. That is because we multiplied those souls every step of the way there. So that those souls went all the way up to ×4 because they passed across 4 different skeleton balls. And that's how we're going to be able to do our first couple of upgrades right off the bat here for our fire and our lightning, which basically these are upgrading the orb power, which will allow us to enter special rooms. Or not special rooms, but progress the storyline basically faster by not having to worry about that. So we're going to do some more soul farming here. We need this guy. We need an Eason on him. I missed it there. So we're going to time the attack on him. I missed it again. This isn't good. There it is. Okay, so same deal as before. We're not going to absorb the souls. We're going to let the skulls do it. So once again, I'm trying to kill it. Now, when they start spinning like that, that means they're trying to despawn, so you need to kill them before they can. There we go, got him again, and there's another one that spawns in. It's, again, these souls are multiplying each time this happens. And bam, look at that, we're right back up to level 4 again. It was a little bit more there with being that big guy, but, yeah. Yeah, that's a very successful start for from the soul economy standpoint here at the beginning. And yes, you guessed it, another cutscene.
What is going on here?
Stop!
Who are you? And what do you want with that boy?
I should ask you the same thing. You are not working for Saito clan, are you? Wait. Can you be Samanosuke Akechi? Yes, you are. I cannot believe you are here of all places. I am a servant of the Oda clan. My name is Tokichiro Kinoshita.
This man will eventually conquer the world under the name Hideyoshi Toyotomi.
What is a servant of the Oda clan doing here?
Wait.
Yeah, this guy is another good example of
Tell me,
the voice acting in this game. This guy is a little bit on the fence. I can't tell if I really actually like him or not. He's got that great weaselly voice to him, but at the same point, it might just be really, really bad voice acting.
I see. However,
I don't know. I'm sure you can decide for yourselves.
shall meet again.
He seems divisive, I can say that. I'd probably lean that he's okay. And once again, so that orb we opened. So each time we get a new piece for the gauntlet, which is our magic weapon. And yes, another cutscene.
No, you want to hurt
It'll all start at level 1, so we can open those 1-star doors, basically, is what that was.
Your name.
When we upgrade it, we'll be able to open ones that have 2, which we'll see here soon enough.
What did that samurai want with you?
Why should I know?
Fine, then why are you here? Who brought you here? Go after him while I look for Princess Yuki.
I will.
Yeah, part of me always figured they put a lot of these cutscenes into this game because, for one, this was like a launch title on the PlayStation 2, and they wanted to show off the power it had and everything like that. And even though this is a short game, and everything like so. Oh, wait, here's an example. There, notice how there's 2 of them. Since we upgraded our gauntlet, we can open this door now. There you go, get half of that moon piece. That'll come into use here in a bit. But I always just viewed this as almost a showcase game of showing of things to come, of what the console will be able to do. Just a small idea, and oh boy, if you ever play the sequels to this game, you'll see the visual upgrades and everything, and how this is indeed just laying the groundwork, because, wow, big things are to come. So I busted the crates downstairs, grabbed the arrows, and grabbed the arrows there. We will indeed be using them later on here. And yeah, cutscene.
I have been able to uncover Yumemaru's identity. He is the son of a farmer.
Yeah, you do not want to miss any of the arrows, by the way, if you can. It'll,
found him crying alone and brought him to
we pretty well will use all of them that we pick up.
And I also
You know,
heard that
spare
Princess Yuki
5 or
raised him
so,
as
you
if he
know.
were her own brother.
So he stole his way into the castle to save Princess Yuki. Why then is Tokichiro after Yumemaru?
Something seems to be going on. What?
And here we go to one of the more famous parts of this game, I would suggest. When this game first came out,
Yes.
these rooms, well, really, these first few rooms are fine. But, oh, the final one. The final one involves a water puzzle, and when you were playing this game, and if you didn't save, there was a save point right before this door, and you walked in here, there was a good chance on that first playthrough you were going to be going back a ways and having to go quite a bit back, and because there's a good chance you're going to die. So we grabbed the gold armor there. That is an optional pickup. You do not have to, but it's very easy to obtain it. So I just always grab it because it's a nice boost to your defense, and some of the later boss fights can be very dangerous. You light the candles with your fire magic, and you get a free magic refill there. So go ahead and take that. So these symbols show the orders that will break open. So don't walk forward here, for example. You walk forward, the spikes will go in a straight up and down and left and right, versus the cross pattern, and yeah, you can easily kill Samanosuke there. Again, it's pretty straightforward stuff. And hey, cutscene. Alright, so yeah, this is the water puzzle.
I seem to be trapped.
Is there a way you can get out of there?
Kaede has to take lead here and solve this before Samanosuke drowns. I will do my best to describe this puzzle here. It's a little hard to. So you need to get the pieces on the left and the right over to the bottom middle. And you need to use those blank pieces to rotate them around to get there. You need to rotate them around to get there. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm just clearing up half to get those things into the middle and have it lined up. It's not bad once you kind of know what you need to do, I think, and how it kind of works. I would just suggest if you do play this, either casually, speedrun, you're wondering about it, just rewatch the video. It's not there's not a number of ways you can solve it too. That's just one method I figured out over time of playing it. Let's see, what did we do? We did 66 attempts of this game, so that's an alright number. Could be more, but
Fine.
might be more in the future. This is a fun run. I wouldn't mind revisiting this one one day. And so we're gonna go down the ladder. We're actually gonna turn down and go down the same ladder even further. And we're gonna grab the left piece. You notice we grabbed the right one earlier. And then we're gonna combine those pieces and open this door. We're also gonna go ahead and equip our holy armor now. Or no, we don't combine the pieces. We have to put them in separately, that's right. But you can see already, because we upgraded the fire sword orb, and we're able to go into that room to get the other piece early, how much time we saved there. We didn't have to go back anywhere. It was all on the way.
Hey, Samanosuke!
Hey, cutscene.
So,
Look who's
you
back.
decided to serve the Oda clan?
Move!
It is too late for the boy. And since you have learned that our Lord Nobunaga will rule the world with the demons, you should not bark up the wrong tree.
You're insane! What you are doing will lead to innocent people being used as food for the demons.
The strong will prey upon the weak.
One thing I will say about the cutscenes, too, existing, is, for one, they do provide you with a chance to take a break, take a breather, get a drink, whatever. Depending on how long they go, you could go to the bathroom even. I don't know if there's any you'd want to chance that with in this game, you judge your speeds there, but, when you're streaming, for example, which is, that's how I did all these, I stream them all on Twitch, it gives you a nice chance to just kind of, break from the game and talk to chat more comfortably. Everybody that speedruns and streams wants to engage at the same time. And sometimes it's tough. By the way, another arrow pickup there. And having the cutscenes basically makes it free to do so, because, you're not going to want to watch them after seeing them 1,000 times. That's a safety medicine there. You don't have to grab it. Go ahead and absorb there. There's a nice little totem that gives you some free souls there. We're going to climb up the ladder into one of the toughest fights in the game. The rooftop fight here. With Marcellus. He's got an orb himself. The power of the wind. This is an epic fight. I love the scenery here. The design of this whole fight. It's very nice. I will say, though, for as nice as it is, the camera can be very troublesome with the tank controls. Even if you're experienced with the tank controls, it can be a little tough to get used to. So you'll notice I'm making sure to use the fire magic. For one, he is basically immune. I won't say he's completely immune, but the thunder does little damage to him. Thunder and lightning. So we're just trying to find openings to unleash the fire magic on him. I used all those up. We're gonna need a few more. We're just trying to get him, like I said, open. If he blocks, he does tend to drop magic, though. Notice we got a few pickups there. It's gonna keep hammering that sword. He's wide open, so we're gonna hit him with that magic spell. Keep kind of running around. Make sure you heal if you need to. I'm a little low right now. Actually, I just realized you can't see my health. I'll fix that for our next video. Yeah, so I went ahead and took an herb there. There we go. Wailed him down. If you're going to absorb magic, again, make sure you're very cautious with it, because you don't want to get hit during it, then have the magic absorb or disappear anyway. This is not a good fight. Looking back at it here, like, this is a very slow fight. I'll be surprised that this saves us much time. Oh, okay. Well, that's actually not as bad as I thought. I'll take that back. I thought I broke his shield here, because if you hit his shield enough, it will eventually break and he'll go into like a second phase that's a little more aggressive. However, if you do enough damage to his base self, he won't do that. His body will run out of HP all the same. So that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. But there we go. We got our wind weapon. Old Darth Maul style, and yeah, sure enough, we saved time on that. So we're gonna go ahead and enhance. We're gonna go the wind up to level 2. We still have 4 in stock, so that means we can get something from 2 to 3. Let's see which one I go with. I forget. I think it's fire. Yeah, okay, it is fire. Yeah, so fire up to 3, and this will be the final upgrade for fire for the rest of the run, at least as far as the orb. Again, these really don't do anything except open doors. If you want to increase your weapon's damage, you need to do the other version of like fire, wind, or lightning. There you go. Now we got the wind. We can open this door. And cutscene.
My sister, please save her.
Don't worry, you're safe now.
Please, you have to save her.
Again,
I will save.
I obviously want this game to come back, whether it be a full-on reboot, just a remake of this game, or even a sequel, some capacity to bring this franchise back. I just love these settings, and I like the characters of this game, especially. Well, I mean, Samanowski, I think, is a solid character, especially when you play through, 3 and everything as well. And
only the strong survive.
I don't know. I just want to see it come back, I guess. And there's a lot they could do with it. Just seeing what they did with Resident Evil 2 and 4, especially. And, well, 1 remake, of course, too, even though that was made right around when this game was.
There are infinite things that we do not understand.
That's this cutscene we could actually skip, by the way, there.
All around us. You owe it to yourself.
But, like, just look at the details in this room and everything within it. It's the little pieces of his armor and everything, the amount of effort and thought that went into everything they did in this. It's really impressive, especially for a game brand new to generation. And just seeing all that realized in today's technology would be amazing.
So Princess Yuki is underground. Oh.
You all right? Kaede, we have little time. I have to find Princess Yuki. You watch over these two.
I will.
She'll be fine. Alright, so time for us to head on down to the basement. Don't worry, that human there, he's got this. It's fine. It's all good. As I switch to my lightning, so we can open this door. A nice thing they added in this version of the game, too, by the way, is you can quick swap your weapons using the trigger. you can just quickly flip between all three of them. And lightning, then you'll see it go bop for the fire, and then bop for the wind. There we go, we can get downstairs. Another well-designed area. I love the mist in this place, and everything looks really, really stylish, really cool. And just chop through these tentacles. These tentacles aren't a bad source of orbs. And notice Reynaldo was down there. I just got out of there before he kept slapping me with his tentacles. Yeah, he can be annoying here because they reach their arms under the ground and then they'll grab your foot and just hold you in place. It doesn't even really do much damage. It just slows you down, which is just even more annoying, I think. Yeah, pretty standard. Just run through the blades there. Just take your time and make sure, you know, don't rush it and you'll be fine. It's a lot more generous than it may seem. And we're gonna have to hit, yeah, notice I just kind of hit Reynaldo really to get him out of my way. I don't aim to kill him. We're gonna go over here to the door here. We're gonna use that bell I just picked up by the blade, in the blade room. And get rid of these spirits blocking the doorway. You might be watching this if you've never seen Onimusha before. One of the things you may be thinking very early on here is, wow, there is a lot of Devil May Cry here, like I alluded to earlier. And, you know, like, playing it, I obviously think it, and I'm always aware of it, but at the same point, it's like, wow. Middle, left, right for that code, by the way. And that'll get us the key. Let's go ahead and leave. Alright, there we go. We're gonna use the key right away. And say, cutscene.
Still no interest in coming to work for the Oda clan?
Look who's back, our favorite.
For the last time, no!
I tried my best to help you. You just do not understand the true power of the demons. The time has come, demons! Prepare for the dark ceremony! Now you must suffer the consequences of your actions.
I hope I'm not giving up too much sound in the background here. It out of nowhere decided to start storming quite a bit here, so hopefully you guys aren't hearing any of that.
I am sure by now Kaede is in trouble.
Usually it's pretty good at I've got the setup to where that won't happen, but you never know. See, Saminosuke can't be stopped.
Did you find anything?
He's already broken out, although he lost his gold armor. Granted, Kaede and nobody else is any more the wiser. Oof. The TKO from the gut punch.
Someone not scared?
And of course, the woman was indeed
How dare you!
You are not experienced.
evil.
Are you?
There to steal the kid. All part of the plan. We fell right into it. But hey, an interesting part here. This is a very surprising but very welcome addition to this. I don't know, the way this game was put together and everything, I was never expecting us to actually
Where are you?
play as a different character beyond, you know, like maybe some puzzles like we did earlier. But yeah, this is a full-on Kaede section here. The first of two. There will be another one too, a little later on.
From
She's pretty fun to play as. She doesn't have anywhere near the power Saminosuke does, because obviously she doesn't have an enhanced weapon yet. And, but she does move a little quicker, and she has a few interesting skills of her own that, will prove useful. Namely, a flip, which, while she can't, like, do the one-hit crits to the same exact way. Well, she kind of can, but she actually has a flip that sort of starts it, but it's very useful for getting by guys that you may not otherwise be able to. She can cut through the enemies very easily. Always block that guy. Oh, goodness. I tried forever to get a good way around that guy. I could never do it. Okay, so this is a civilian we actually need to save. I hate to tell you, I might have lied that those other civilians were fine. So kill that guy down there. And then we're going to kill these archers up here. And we're going to head down. This is very important to do this. Because now this guy, and thanks for us saving his life, gives the soul absorber. That is a very, very, very important weapon, or item, excuse me, on the speed run here. All right, 572 on the code there. Quick magic jewel, which will be nice for Samanosuke. Yes. That magic jewel, but especially that soul absorber. Make sure you get those if you're aiming to speedrun this. It will make your life so, so much easier. Alright, and you can see a level 3 door there. We'll eventually have to go through as Samanosuke. Believe it or not, he is not trapped forever. And we're gonna kind of go through another little segment here. So I'm gonna wait for this fire. I mean, obviously you don't want to walk into the fire, but there's a setup here. Once that first one goes away, I'll pull this chain. And you have a set amount of time before that door closes. So by waiting for the first one, the second one will be also out of the way by the time you go through, and it'll make it an easy pass. There we go, get that gold plate. And now we can leave. Turns off the fire, thankfully. Okay, we're gonna open up this cabinet here, and we're gonna use that wood cog we got. They ask you to pull the string there right away. Don't do that. It's a waste of time. You have to watch the little attempted motion that it can't really do. I can see some of my sloppy movement here, though. Yeah, well, that's just from not putting enough time into this run. I played this a lot. I mean, I know the game through and through as far as how to do it and everything like that, but I could definitely see where I could refine this run and save some time watching it here. I noticed a number of it with Samanosuke and seeing it with Kaede even more because, I don't know, just the way you need to evade enemies a lot more with her. Maybe it just sticks out more. Anyway, back through here. Yeah, she's got a little... You could almost say her segments, especially this one, are kind of glorified busy work to lengthen out the game. And while that's probably true, it's still a welcome change of pace to me, especially since the game's not very long at all. I mean, I would say most casual playthroughs, on like a first playthrough, you could probably finish this game in 4 hours, 5 hours. Middle, left, left, right, right. On that box, by the way. And yes, Kaede does get a weapon, the Sacred Knife. Which is a, that nice glow to it, and she can hit a little bit now. And she's got some punch to her. She's gonna have to fight not a boss, well, it's a boss given what her armor and still weak compared to Samanosuke's self can deal with. But first we got a cutscene.
I will help you out.
I know you're surprised.
You are Kaede? Sanosuke once wrote to me that he journeys with a female ninja, Kaede.
So, you are...
only I could leave the castle and see the world with Samanosuke.
Princess Yuki.
I envy you.
I'm not gonna sit here and say the story in this game is life-changing or anything like that. I'll just say this. I think it's serviceable. You know, it does the job.
Forget about me.
You can make a case it gets in the way a little bit because of all the cutscenes, but at the end of the day, it's just a good avenue to get us playing as this awesome samurai and ninja combo with some cool powers, some cool bosses, in these really nice settings. It does the job. So here's Kaede's quote-unquote boss. This guy's kind of a mini-boss, if anything. We'll see him later as Samanosuke as well. And you don't even have to fight him. Big thing in here is you really want to get the full combo off. It's a little bit of luck, it seems, like of when he'll disappear after he gets hit initially. You notice, oh, see, he disappeared before the forfeit could come in there. If you can get the full combo, again, this is a little bit of rotten luck here. He can actually go down pretty quick if you get a number of full combos. There we go, final one got him. So that wasn't so bad. It's, again, a lot of... I always hate to play the luck card, but it is a little bit of luck of just when he will disappear and kind of stop your combos or not. I think a perfect fight for him, you can kill him in 3 cycles, though. Somebody might correct me on that. I'm pretty sure it's 3 cycles, though, if you get a full, 4-4-4 combo on him. But hey, Samanosuke, instead of just leaving him trapped behind that magical barrier, was sent down into the abyss here. I really don't understand the plans there. They could have... I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna grab the medicine. Definitely want to grab the medicine because we're gonna have to fight the clone here. And I always found the lightning blade a lot easier to use against them. But right off the bat here, you want to use your magic attack. Because he leaves you wide. He just stands there at the start. Now, when he uses his magic attack, you want to try and do it again. You can also deflect the magic attack, and it's guaranteed that he'll drop orbs for you. But pretty much, if you want to hit him any other time, yeah, good luck. You're going to need to wait for that magic to counter him. So that's why I'm doing, you notice I'm staying far away to try and trigger that, but not too far so I can get close enough before the magic attack goes off. Now we're getting some hits in there. Of course, I know I got him a couple times, so I'm just getting greedy here, and I'm out of magic. Oh, that was close. I apologize the way this video is formatted. I wasn't able to capture it quite the way I have all these the other ones I've done in this series. So the health, I believe, was cut off there, but I was like a hit away from dying there, though. Which, yeah, that was stressful, but I was out of magic, and I just kind of went for it. And here we go. Upon leaving, though, we can go ahead. We're going to get the right plate, which is for that big green door. Part of it, anyway. Got a ladder to climb out of this place. Alright, another box here. The answer is left, right, right. And that's going to give us our great bow. Or not our great bow, excuse me. The great bow is the item we use. That's just our bow that we're going to... the weapon. Which will be very, very useful. Coming up later in the game. Oh, there we go. Open up the demon door there. And we're gonna find out that the maiden turns into some kind of giant praying mantis succubus bitch, and she takes the kid away, so...
Samanosuke, what is this?
Not only are we gonna have to find her, but we're gonna have to break down this seal.
Ha!
And again, one thing I kind of like about this, and this is the part I like a little better, is we're obviously going to be playing as Samanosuke here, but we're also going to be playing as Kaede in a bit, where each person is retrieving a part of it. So we need the arrow and the bow. And so Samanosuke is going for the bow. I just like the fact that it makes sense why they split up. Because you see that all the time in games. These people split up, and you're like, well, what's the point? I'm doing all the work. Or explain to me what the other person is doing. Like a game like Dead Space always annoyed me with that. It's like, here, Isaac, you go repair this, this, and this, and Hammond and what's her name? Kendra are just gonna sit there and do nothing the whole time. You know, they're back relaxing. And yeah, Kaede is really helping us along here. You know, she's helping the mission. We see it firsthand. But anyway, we're gonna be kind of going back through here. Now we're gonna go through this triple door. I'm gonna use that magic jewel, which I should have used there before the boss fight. And there we go. Go ahead and cut this rope here. It's gonna kill these guys. You can open that box during those little, not cutscene, but here, wipe those guys out, grab the souls. So here we go. We got 3 of the regular X guys and then the big red axe guy. So just try to line them all up. Hit them with magic. Technically, you can skip fighting these guys, but the souls they give you is well worth it. So use your fire. Then we're going to use our wind. Absorb all you can. We got more wind, so we're going to use it. Wind is out. Lightning. You can see this guy takes a beating. But he goes down, and look at all those souls. There you go. Get that blade there, and we're ready to leave. We're going to head on back. They repopulate this area. You notice I switched to the wind blade. I go ahead and just knock those guys out there. Only the ones I need, I immediately can, because it's just not worth it. But take what you can get, and since they're in the way, we go ahead and level up our wind to level 3. Refill and get all of our magic back. Yeah, we actually will not upgrade the lightning to level 3. That's you can obtain a gun in this game or a rifle, but you need the level 3 for the lightning for it, and it's just not worth it. It would make one of the bosses coming up a lot easier. Yeah, that's the 3 blue door there. But it's not needed. It's not worth the time it would take to get the souls. I'll put it like that. All right, here's another spot. I usually farm here. I go ahead and just use the wind magic. Oh, I messed that up. We'll kill that guy, and then another skull will spawn in here. I just kill him and get a nice little boost of souls. That puts me up to level 3, which will give us enough to do pretty much everything we need to do for the rest of the game now. Now we're gonna come over here and these ant scarab bug things come in here. Use that decorated sword. And believe it or not, we're into the last big stretch of this game. The last 20% or so. This game definitely flies by. And what's nice is like I kind of alluded to before, even with all the cutscenes, it feels fast still. Or at least it did to me. Oh, that was a little shaky. Yeah, run through here. Another green. Yeah, they definitely wanted the wind level 3. There you go. We're gonna go and steal these souls from that lantern there. I should have more than enough, but better to be safe than sorry. And just sneak around that guy. Every once in a while he can outright block you, but it's not too bad. 3 and 6 is the answer there. We're going to use that magic jewel again, get our magic up to max. And now this is a big part. Go over to the mirror here. We're going to enhance our arrows. All of our arrows, we're going to turn them into fire arrows. That's what we needed the souls for. So now our bow will be firing me 30 fire arrows set up for the rest of the game, which will be very, very helpful, especially coming up shortly with Samanosuke's upcoming boss fight. It won't be quite the next thing we do, though. Because upon obtaining the Great Bow, nice gold split there on that run, on the time there, too. Good stuff. Because before we do that, it is time for more Kaede. So if I do this correctly, the intent here is to do her leaping attack. It's not really an attack, we're gonna use it as an evasion technique, which comes from hitting like R1 and square, which you'll also do this lunge for, so you can tell I'm trying to do it. There it is. You see how she flipped? It's really useful in these bugs though, because it's hard to get around them. Although we did get by that guy. I'm sure that there are folks out there that do this much more precisely. For some, I had a hell of a time getting consistent with it. But thankfully they didn't block too badly on this run. We got by them pretty easy. You know, up the paths here, we're pretty much taking the same path Samanosuke did. You can actually cut that bridge there and dump some of the enemies into the river below if you want, but yeah, we don't have time for that. Ooh, I missed the door there. Paid a little bit for it. I go ahead and grab the arrows here. We don't need them. We shouldn't need them, but it's just a nice backup just in case. Safety strat, if you will. Yeah, get your guard up. There will be the 2 archers waiting at the end of the hallway there. They're pretty much always going to shoot. You won't be able to run down the hall and turn into the door you need. All right, the code here is left, left, middle, right, right, middle, middle, by the way. But you'll never be able to make it to the end of that hallway before they shoot. You'll have to block. Or at least in my experiences anyway. Yeah, maybe there's someone that can, but those guys have moved to the other end of the hall now. We've got the decorated arrow, so we're gonna take the actual great arrow here. We're gonna do the old classic, you know, amulet from Resident Evil switch here. Replacing the base crappy version with a really nice premium version, and that's gonna give us the gold key. I mean the green key, excuse me. And run right through those guys. Almost done with Kaede section here. I think another part that helps me like these parts is you know, I mentioned the first one anyway. This one's fine as far as like what we're doing, why we're doing it. But they don't overstay their welcome. You know, like if you played half the game as her, and I'm not knocking her as a character, she's pretty good, I think. She might actually be better than Zamanosuke as a whole, but her combat and mechanics are nowhere near as interesting thanks to not having the magic. So if it was 50-50, it'd feel like too much, but I think she's in here just the right amount to, you know, be important and a fun part of the story and a nice alternative gameplay-wise.
Samanosuke, a monster's coming. Watch out!
That monster is none other than Hecuba. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not. I apologize for the pronunciations in this game. If it isn't said in the game, I don't know for sure.
I knew you would come. You are
But yeah, she's the she's the praying mantis succubus bitch, and
Our dark ceremony is
she can be a little tricky of a boss fight. The main thing we want to focus on is knocking her out of the air. So the first thing we're going to do with that is using our wind attack.
in front of her. Her
You know, wind tunnel, tornado,
making her
magic attack. And upon doing that, we want to switch to our lightning and use the magic attack there while she's down on the ground.
That is why you took them?
And hope for some magic drops. And we're going to do this until we run out of magic. And upon running out of magic, that's when we're going to pull out that bow and those fire arrows. So there we go. That's a good start. Ooh, there we go. With the lightning. No magic drops. Alright, I'm just going to absorb what's there. See if hopefully we get some magic. No luck. So I'm going to make sure I'm under her. Don't throw the... Oh, no. I actually go to it now. Okay, never mind. We're getting into the corner here. Thankfully, the Samanosuke has some pretty good auto-aim here. And make sure to watch for the little guys. You know, kill them if you need to. Sometimes you can get lucky and they'll get stuck on that little, like, crack, like, dividing point there. Keep shooting. But this is why you want 30 of them. And down she goes. You can shoot her from anywhere on the screen. I just find that that angle there to be the most favorable as far as keeping the other bugs off of you while you're aiming to do it.
Hurry! Come on!
Yeah, that I guarantee you I'm complaining right now. Past Stan is complaining right now. I see that split I lost this time.
Kaede,
We didn't get any magic drops. If we had gotten at least one, I would have been able to use the wind lightning combo
hang on, Kaede.
one more time, which does a lot more damage than those fire arrows, but it is what it is. And the music here, by the way.
Rest here for a while. This nightmare must end. Now! Princess Yuki, Umimaru. I will save you.
I don't know what I was doing there. That was just me giving away some time. So this is optional. Ideally, you can avoid this, but you can go into this side room. The reason you don't want to do it is this guy right here. Do not say yes to him. It'll send you to the Dark Realm, which is like your bloody palace or kind of deal where
Great rewards await you.
you can get a lot of stuff, but yeah, you're gonna waste a lot of time. But I go ahead and make the rest of those fire arrows. Actually, I did need to come in here. Yeah, that's what I was checking. I was checking to see how many fire arrows I have, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna refill our magic. But yeah, actually, it's really good I grabbed those extra arrows now. That's why you do it. Since I had to use so many on Hecuba. Go ahead and heal. We're gonna use the great arrow. And we're gonna bust this seal and head to the final parts of the game. Pretty much 2 bosses stand between us and the ending. A little bit of a boss rush here at the end now that I think about it. There's very little to do between Hecuba, Marcellus, and Fortinbras. And look who's back.
You pathetic human worm. Impressive you've come this far, but ultimately futile since your journey ends here. Only demons can enter.
You. Why don't you go back to playing with your worthless little toys?
Thunder from outside might be coming through the microphone. I apologize.
How dare you? A mere human mock me? Fine then. It's time for you to fight my greatest creation! Come, Marcellus!
The only thing here is they treat it like this is our first time fighting him. We already dealt with him once. I like Marcellus. I love his design. The music here is great. Crush him. That's great too. Yeah, it's a great. You know, you can tell it's a real showdown. We're gonna start off fire right off the bat. Ow. We want to get him with another fire attack. Hopefully clean. Oh, that wasn't clean, but we did get a magic drop. Oh, that wasn't clean either. That's no good. So we're gonna switch to the magic, or the wind, excuse me. And there we go. We got him to equip his dual blades. Getting him out of that means we're gonna equip our fire arrows and introduce him to the power of cheese. And we're gonna spam fire arrows into him until we run out. This is free, easy damage on this guy because he's actually quite hard to hit. But I actually got him pretty easy there, though. Let's see how this lasts. Oh, yeah, there we go. We got him stuck in that corner. He's still up. One more. That does it. It may not have looked it from seeing that, but that can be a very tricky fight. Down goes Marcellus. There is a magic, or I mean a medicine pickup in that room as well. It's by the door we came through. In a chest, if needed. And we gotta run past Reynaldo's, into the depths we go. Alright, and look, One of the invisible guys will be waiting for us at the bottom here. And we're just gonna completely ignore him too. We're gonna grab the medicine on the ground here. I only grabbed one of them. I think I meant to grab them both. And yeah, heading into the final boss. Just like that.
Help us!
I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely love this final boss. The music, the way the fight itself is presented and handled, I think it's terrific. This is way up there on my all-time boss list. At least as far as boss fights, anyway. Character is a little underdeveloped, perhaps, but that's beside the point. Plus, that laugh right there is classic.
Die. I will destroy you.
Yeah, you tell him, Samanosuke. Alrighty, let's do this. So we're gonna run right in. We're gonna start right with our magic. Doing your magic combo is gonna get him pretty much ready to stagger. And when he staggers, you hit him a couple times and you do another magic attack right into that eye. Notice he was about to attack me. I attacked to counter it. We're gonna grab this orb real quick. He's weak. Close to staggering again. There we go. There we go. Make sure to hit him good and hit him with a magic right in the eye again. Let's keep hitting him. Good fire magic in there. Switch to the wind. Wind magic down. Couple hits. Wind magic right into the eye. So now, remember that soul absorber? Now's when it matters, because we use it right there and he drops a whole bunch of magic for us. Completely refilling us. We have full power to hit him with all of our stuff once again. And we're just gonna wail on this guy. And you need to wail on him. He's got a lot of health. He can take a beating. Yeah, we're just cycling through our weapons. There's a magic drop we're gonna try and grab. All right, now over to the wind. There's a magic drop. Oh, I greedily won it. I actually almost died there. So when he goes to do the fire attack here, just get it all the way to the bottom of the screen. I'm so greedy there, but it worked. All right, so since I'm out of magic now, although there's another drop. Oh, I tried to get it. It's so close. Oh, it's so close. I can't tell if I did get it. Okay. Oh man, I'm taking a lot of hits though. All right, there we go. We got the lightning attack off. That's gonna stagger him. Get the wind out. The wind magic, go. So now with no magic though, we switch to the flame blade because it is the oh man, I'm pushing it here. The flame blade is by far our strongest normally. In terms of just base damage. Oh, he's staggered. Oh no. I know the result, but it's just like, oh man, this fight kind of pushed it on this run. Well, it's a combination of me being greedy more as much as anything else. And down he goes, and time on that final hit. Oh, jeez. Made me nervous just rewatching it.
Kaede, let's get out of here.
I'm fine.
We cannot stay here any longer. Run!
Son
So you might remember at the beginning of the run, I mentioned how this is kind of a middle ground between Resident Evil and Devil May Cry. And, well, you want to see a little bit more Devil May Cry. Because this is our first Devil Trigger right here. And the eyeballs go flying. And he gone. He's not getting up from that one. Always the eyeballs, Capcom. Always the eyeballs. Yeah, there's Nobunaga himself. You know, the guy they talk about all game, he actually is dealt with in the sequel, Samurai's Destiny.
The demon's ambitions were shattered by the hand of Samanosuke and his friends. However, when Yoshitatsu Saito died the following year, his feeble-minded son, Tatsuoki, became the Lord. At that time, Oda's army returned to Mino Province and conquered the...
Again, I mentioned the remake idea like 3 times in this, and I apologize for repeating myself. It's just thinking of how much they could expand on a lot of this stuff. Just the things presented in this game. Oh man.
After the downfall of the Saito family,
could be something amazing.
He went to stay with a family friend, the Baron in Sakai Province. His name? Sokyu Imai. However, in less than a month, she would leave. With Sokyu's blessing, she left in a ship to see the world. On Samanosuke's advice, Yumemaru accompanied her on this journey.
Yeah, Yuki and Yumemaru have the happy ending. They get what they want, but Kaede is the sad moment.
In the following year, Mitsuhide Akechi employed her as his agent. She continued her job until she died 14 years later in a war at Yamazaki Province.
Poor Kaede.
As for Samanosuke, no one knows what happened to him.
But there you go. That is Onimusha Warlords. Sped ran in about 1 hour and 8 minutes, 27 seconds on normal difficulty. And this is a fun one. This is one of my favorite games. I love this game. If it wasn't for the cutscenes, while they do have their ups and downs as I alluded to, it'd probably be one of my top speed games. It's pushed down a little bit because of that, though. It's just so much downtime. But, yeah, this is an excellent game. I really recommend it to a lot of folks, especially if you are comfortable with tank controls. Definitely seek it out. Give it a good look. As far as this video here, you know, if you enjoyed it, you know, consider giving it a like. If you like to see more of this stuff, consider subscribing. I do a lot of speedrun content, whether it's just uploading personal best runs, and we're up to now 4 videos. This is episode 4 of watching back and reacting to speedruns. So these, if you like these, you know, feel free to let me know, and I can keep doing them. I've been speedrunning for about 6 years, doing a large number of games over the course of that. I love revisiting this. I kind of forgot how some of this stuff played out, especially in this one. It's been a bit for this one. And I love talking about them and everything. So, you know, if you guys like them, just feel free to let me know. or if you see any other games on the channel that you would like, feel free to recommend. We're gonna eventually get to Parasite Eve is one on the horizon. You know, Murder House, Outlast, a little bit of everything still up ahead. You know, some being very long, some being very short. You know, we'll just see about the order here and everything, but yeah, you know, the usual YouTube spiel, like I said. You know, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'd appreciate it. It would greatly support me and the channel both, and if you'd like to see this stuff played live, I stream 5 days a week over on Twitch, including every Friday. We do a big marathon stream, which is about 9 hours, where I pull out all these old speed games, like this one's a regular on there. Silent Hill 2's a regular on there, pretty much. You know, a lot of them that you'll see on the channel will appear there, kind of rotating out each week. And, yeah, we'd love to have you. You know, it's the same name as on here. All the links will be below, like I said, and, other than that, I think that's all I got for you. Is we'll kind of let the music and everything play out here, though. I appreciate you watching this video. Like I said, this is a good one. Great music. Great music. All right, and closing out here, we'll get our final time, or well, our in-game time. You'll see why we use the real timer, the 108.27 you see on the screen. The reason we use that is because the timer here doesn't track seconds. It's very weird. Playtime 104. So there you go. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves a great rest of your day, night, whatever it is. And we'll see you in the next video. Have a great night.